From a podcast studio in Johannesburg, South Africa, you are listening to What the Relationship with your host, Candace
Ntsako.
and our extra special guest.
Precious.
Yay! Got it, yes! If you're looking for a
Nailed
podcast
it.
that is unconventional, with conventional relationship topics, with sexy, intelligent, smart, sometimes crazy, ratchet individuals, we're hoping we'll make a great pair. To mind the gap or to not mind the gap, that is the question we are answering today. I don't know how to even approach this topic because basically what we're talking about is, would you date a daddy or a momsy? Would you want to be into that type of thing? And if you are into that type of thing, please tell us how it goes, or if you have done it, tell us how it's like. I can't imagine like the bones breaking during cloth cloth, but I don't know.
Ah,
In Sako.
Actually, speaking of bones breaking, kind of reminding me what happened with Mr. the vendor fruit bowl. There was a time where because like it's been a bit on and off for some time.
Yeah.
But at the time, like when we first met, and we were still like getting on like a lot. So there was a time where like we were intimate, and like his shoulder started hurting. Guys, I kid you not.
Did you need to get the oil?
Yes, I
Just go get just get the machinery working, lube it up again.
Guys, I had to massage his shoulder. So the thing is, like, it was so cute because we were intimate, and then he made me a fruit bowl. And it's like, ish, my shoulder's a bit sore, and I'm like, ooh, gosh. And then I remembered, I was like, this guy's 11 years older than me, so I can't really expect anything.
Do you think he has life insurance?
He has everything insurance. He's got a really no. The thing is with him, man, and I keep saying, because I keep getting asked like, why wouldn't you get in a relationship with him? And I remember you asked me that question.
Yeah.
And I said, first of all, he's too promiscuous for my liking. Like,
yeah.
He's just like, I mean, how we met also was also a bit weird because we met on Tinder, but he was in a relationship.
Hey, okay.
But yeah, that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah.
So personally, I wouldn't want that done to me. But also just the fact that like, in every other aspect, he's like pretty much perfect, has the perfect job, works a really, really high position in one of like the top shoe companies in the world that happens to sponsor Serena Williams. If you're smart, you'll catch on.
Hey.
Like, has a house, has a car, has 2 kids, So for me, it was like perfect. Like I have always been into like older guys. Like I can't date a man my age. I did for 6 months, and he dribbled me like a child.
What is it? What is it about not wanting to date men our age? Because I remember getting this conditioning in high school, where if you're in grade 8, dating a matric or grade 11 is seen cool.
That's predatory.
And that is predatory, right? So then you get out of high school and you're like, okay, I find dating older men means that I'm going to be with someone who's more mature.
Yeah.
But then you also need to factor into the fact, like, people are gonna look at you weird. Your man is a silver fox. Meanwhile, you're just stepping out into like, you just got your matric certificate freshly printed out. I don't know, like, how do you deal with those perceptions of being in a?
I don't.
Yeah, Precious.
With me, it started when I was a matric, I think, because high school, it's just like we're playing, nothing serious. We don't count high school relationships, what I'm saying. And just a disclaimer, I'm pansexual. So that means I date anyone regardless of their gender and sexual or sexual orientation, right? So I think my first like serious relationship was when I was about to leave matric, and it was with an older guy, and I think at the time he was doing his honors degree.
Girl, you better stop.
So, but at that moment, I think at the time I didn't understand what attracted me so much to older people, and I thought, you know what, and I got dribbled. So I was like, maybe you should just like take it back a notch, and you won't be dribbled. And then I took it back a notch. I took my age meds, and it was a mess. So I realized that the one thing that attracts me to older people, I think, would actually be their understanding is very different from people my age or people younger than me. They have like a very, I think they have I'd like to say they have a solid worldview, and so that sort of makes their understanding a lot more different and beneficial to me. And so since then, I've just been gapping.
You see now, what scares me is the fact that the older you date, the more the likelihood of you being dribbled is higher, because these are experienced dribblers.
But no, I think we're touching the wrong actions now. I think a dribbler is a dribbler at the end of the day. Like, there's nothing you can do to change that, right? This guy dribbled his girlfriend. He's probably dribbling like 5 years ago. I mean, he's got 2 kids by 2 different baby mamas, so you kind of know what you're walking into, right? But let's talk about like the average, like, old person relationship. I think the oldest I've dated, I was 21. I'm not saying this was a long time ago. I was 21. He was 35, 36, and he had a kid. I'm telling you, that was the best month of my life. We broke up for actually different reasons. No, I broke up with him for different reasons, but like that's besides. That's Mr.
Friend, I don't know.
On the fence.
Yes. Okay, on the fence. Oh, not sure which side I'm taking.
He's not really sure which side.
Okay. So, yes. Yeah.
But to be honest with you, like, the things that I experienced in that month were just so great. Like, this person was just so kind, so giving. I mean, I woke up to breakfast in bed all the time.
Okay.
He would include pads part of his groceries.
Okay.
Like, would just be so mature. Like, he knows how to handle money. He's just very smart. Like, he was great. And for me, that's exactly the reason why I get into relationships with older men. Because also, the thing is with me is that I grew up very early. So I'm 22, but like, I'm on my second business.
Yeah.
I'm on my third degree now. So it's kind of like, exactly. So it's like, if I were to date someone that's 22, I'd have to go to bed.
Yeah, but
I'd have to go to like Vitia, and then he's probably at Rez, and like, unless I'm dating a 22-year-old billionaire, then I know.
We can talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk.
But I absolutely agree with what Nzako is saying, that we grew up really quick, and so it's like our mindsets are far off with what would be the typical age mates. Because I'm 22, I'm turning 23 this year, and I think my biggest age gap was 10 years. I was 20, he was 30.
Yes, she was 30.
Okay. Please. So, it's sort of like, I can't be, when I'm far off in life and going backwards. It feels like going backwards, and I absolutely understand what Nzako means by saying you're on your businesses, you're working, you're furthering your studies, you're doing this, and now you must go backwards to a person who's still doing their undergrad. It kind of.
I'm not saying date a kindergartner. I'm not saying date a kindergartner.
But a 21-year-old is a kindergartner. 21-year-old is a kindergartner. In fact, don't be like kindergartner, preschool, pre. Not. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you from my experience with Mr. DJ, right? Because he's actually the reason why I went back to dating older men. So he was a year older than me. So when I was 21, he was 22.
Spain, only Spain.
I'm in Spain, but the S is silent.
Yay!
Wait a second. Like, this guy. So I used to do a lot for him. And for me, obviously, being in relationships with older men, I used to do things that really you don't really do for 21-year-olds. So, for example, like, he would go for, so Mr. DJ, like, is a radio personality for a radio station. I'm not going to say which one because it's.
And if you don't know, please listen to our previous episodes. Thank you.
You can sort of put.
I was about to say that. You'll catch the clue in the previous episode.
So I used to, so he used to get into the breakfast show, right? And sometimes he'd stay at work longer and he didn't have time to make lunch. I would literally drive to his office to drop off lunch that I made.
No ways.
To him, right? No. Personally, I would not stop doing that, but I did the right things for the wrong person.
Yes.
That's number one. Two. Exactly. So sometimes he would come and visit me, but the problem is that he would visit me at my office because my offices were here in Braamfontein. So now it's also that inferior factor. Okay, cool. When she comes to my work, it's offices of this radio station. I'm gonna say that But whereas when you come into my offices, it's my offices. You know what I'm saying?
There's a difference.
Exactly.
Whole,
So a guy that already just has that inferior complex with the Ishmara, I'm stepping into her territory.
Right.
Like, I'm here, So he just never, like, And I think also you need to be careful with men. Like men, their egos are probably as fragile as glass. Like you just drop it, even on carpet, it will still break.
True.
So you can't also, and I don't want to say you can't make a man feel like he's inferior, but like we just need to be careful about these things because men get inferior over the littlest things, the tiniest things.
So you date older men to be with less inferior men?
Yes.
Or?
Yeah.
It's very selfish. Let me tell you why I date older men. Number one, sometimes target men with kids because I have endometriosis. Having a child's not going to be easy. So at least if you have one, there's no pressure on me.
Mm-hmm.
2, you're just older man. I know you have a car, you have a place, you just have your ish together. Ne? 3, I don't have to ask you certain things. You know you're not gonna text your ex. You know you're not gonna be flirting on social media, and most of them don't even have social media because you're old. Get off social media.
If they do have social media, it's for work. They don't even use it.
Thank you. You're working.
You know, it's work.
You're working. So for me, like my reasons for dating older men is actually more selfish than it is like, oh, it's love. Oh, I'm in love. No, it's because I'm avoiding certain things. Like I'm so tired, guys. And you also have experience in your work as well. You've made mistakes. You've done the whole phase. You've done all of that. Now you're really just trying to find like a forever. And for me, like personally, I'm not ready for the streets. I enjoyed the streets for some time. But now you kind of want to get into something like stable. Because if you own a business, guys, you don't want millions of men. You don't know who to text because now you're confusing clients with private clients. You just don't know. It's a mess. You know?
I'm so dead.
You just don't know. You just want to put them all in a group chat and say, "Who are you?"
I'm so dead.
And I think that's also one of the reasons why I decide to just like go for older person, because my partner currently is older than me, and I feel like I'm tired, guys. I'm tired of heartbreak. I'm tired of the streets.
Yeah.
I'm tired of talking stages. I'm tired of, and for somebody who's been through so much in life already, I'm just like, let's just clar, home affairs, what? Because also, it's like you're managing your life and your goals and these businesses and everything else and this projects and all these babies, and now you must manage another baby. It's just And also another thing that like my age mates are not busy, guys. They're not busy. Like it's just vibes. It's just social media.
They're on Twitter, they're chasing retweets.
No, they're not busy. And I'm busy. Hey, so it's like
they're chasing retweets, my love.
I have meetings. I have this. Now I mustn't go to my Zoom meetings because when you want my attention, because when you can't get busy. No, I have office hours.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like y'all are dating. Well, I mean,
it can't be like that.
I don't know how to respond because okay,
we're dating your dads.
Yeah, basically. I don't know. I think, like I said, I've never been in an age gap relationship where it's like being really like, whoa, what's going on?
Like over 10 years.
Over 10 years. I haven't. I think like I said, 2-3 years at most. I'm
15.
Hey, 15 is too much. Do you understand
when
that?
When he was in grade 10, I was born.
Yes. You see, and I'm the type of person who does that. I'm that like thinker where I'm like, okay, so when I was in my mother's womb,
how old were they?
You see, I can't. It's too much to think about.
I think of it in a positive sense because when you were getting experience while I was born.
With who?
You were fetching life lessons on my behalf.
Thank you. That's not my problem.
You see, it just, I don't know.
You already got your first kiss when I was born. Thank you.
No.
So now you're perfecting the kissing.
No,
okay, stop. You broke your virginity.
But still a terrible kisser.
When
Malumes can be terrible kisses.
No, Pele was you must also choose the Model C older men. You can't just choose Abu Malume.
So Malooms. What if Malooms is not a good kisser? What if Malooms?
Like, are you gonna go for a Brutus?
No, Malooms.
Malooms
went to school, right? He's a Malooms, right? So you're into Malooms, right? We're not into Malooms.
It's actually funny you say Malooms because the guy who was 15 years older, he was best friends with my uncle.
Ooh.
Guys,
I think that's where we draw the line. Like,
no, but that's part of the reason why we broke up. Like, I was just like, the thing is, guys, it was so right? My uncle there with his girlfriend, and I'm there having my legs over boyfriend's lap, but the boyfriend is best
And your
friends with
uncle
the
is just
uncle.
there, like, no, no, yeah. I draw the line
I
at
mean,
being friends with family. I just, for instance, I wouldn't go for my brother's friends, like never. That's like a no, 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 no. Even though
yeah,
he
no.
goes for my friends,
Huh.
I know.
Mom,
That's
wait,
my dad.
wait, wait,
How old is your
no.
My
brother?
dad.
How old is your brother?
30.
What does he do? I'm just interested.
You can
I'm
DM me. DM me.
interested.
We'll talk.
Because when
No, don't
I'm
DM me.
just
He's married. Please,
asking,
no.
because
Please,
she's
no.
in the same position where someone else's, she's someone's sister, bruh. Her
No,
man's is
true.
someone's
I
brother.
But why are
true.
you asking what her brother
True.
does?
That's how. Okay,
No, but
sharp.
like,
You don't have to tell me what it does. Me, I'm just
but like,
interested.
I'm not friends. I'm not friends. I'm not friends with your siblings. So it's whatevs. But if you're friends, then mm-mm. Now you must go have like guy talk with my brother about what you're doing to me. That's just awkward.
For me, it's
That's
just guys. I
Imagine now
don't
your
know.
brother knows how you spread your cheeks. Girl, you better.
oh my god,
That is creepy now. That is now.
is
That's
when
it?
when you're singing WAP, your brother's giving you the look. He knows. He's
wild.
like,
I
I know what you did last summer.
But
no
like
way.
that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying I draw the line with being friends with my family. I draw the line. It's like no, can't happen.
But okay, what I was trying to get with is so you guys are finally getting a Malooms or
A dad.
or a Maluma or
Yes.
however whoever you want to get with, right?
Yes.
So my thing is what I'm getting from the conversation between you, Precious, and you and Sako is that you guys only do it because of maturity.
Absolutely. And money.
Do you not think they are? Yeah, money.
If you're broke in 35, I'm not dating you. I don't understand what you're doing. No, for real. No, real talk. Real talk. Real talk.
Okay,
But
so
Real talk.
what if there is, for instance, like a guy who is your age and
No.
is more emotionally mature
There's
for
no
his
such thing.
age?
There's certain phases. There's no such thing. There's
and
certain
How?
phases
there's no
he
such
hasn't gone through. There's no such
such
thing.
thing.
There's certain phases he has not
I
gone through
agree.
yet. One, he hasn't gone through whole phase.
But then, and what about your phases?
Our phases, we went through whole. The thing is,
We
our
went
whole
through
phase.
our phases. Me, I went through my whole phase.
I'm
I
just
went
saying,
through my whole phase.
what I'm trying to get
Me
at is
Yeah,
that
man.
I don't want to be with someone who has already experienced things that I am bound to experience. I want to be with someone where we experience these things. I wouldn't say together, but at least if there's like a 2-year age gap, we at least know what's happening.
That's my
Friends,
sibling.
I must be speaking to my malooms about credit score
Do
and
you
his
want to
credit
date
score
someone who's still
skyrocketing.
Exactly. So you know
imagine
what you
dating
do?
someone who's still
Not
You don't
malooms.
talk to. You don't talk to my looms about your credit score. You use his credit score to get the things that you want. That's the whole point of dating my looms, my sweetheart. If you want a car and my loom's credit score is way up there, you pack yours, you use him. Literally pack yours and use his. That's the whole point, guys. It's so convenient for me, man. I don't get into relationships for love, personally. Love is the second thing. For me, it's
personally,
convenient.
I do. I just yeah.
Sorry.
I
For me, a relationship is convenient.
I fall
It's like
hard.
for me, it's convenient. I need to know, Guti, where you are. There's certain things that can serve me, but at the same time, where I am, certain things can serve you. For example, I don't date niggas without places. Sorry, you need to have an apartment. I don't care if you don't have a car, because there's Uber. You can sort of like maneuver. But if you don't have a place, I'm sorry, I can't date you. S for sorry.
Okay, since y'all are experts within age gap relationships, please give us advice for the listeners that would probably want to be with a zaddy or a momsy. What must you say or expect or do, or I don't know, just in an age gap relationship? What advice would you give other than steal their money, or
You're not stealing it, they're giving it to you.
other than money things? What what
I
what
think
what should you look out for in
I
an
think
age gap relationship?
comfortability is the biggest thing for me. If I'm not
Thank you.
comfortable, like speaking about certain things with you, if I'm not comfortable raising certain issues with you, if I'm not comfortable telling you what I don't like and what I like and my intimacy and whatnot, if I'm not comfortable talking about stuff with you, then I shouldn't be in a relationship with you in the first place. Especially for somebody who's older, who should at least understand that speaking openly about things is a big deal. Like I have in my relationship, we have an open door policy. We talk about anything and everything at any time. Like, you know,
Nice.
so yeah, we need to be comfortable talking about stuff. We need to be comfortable raising certain issues.
I think also go where they found. Like you can't find your malume go Great Dane. No, you're gonna find your age mate at Great Dane. However, if you go to your Melrose Arches, you go to your Parkhurst, and the further down, not the one by Hudson's, just move on up just a little bit. You know the restaurant next to it, like you go where they found, like they
Great
found
date
in
for me.
no, I mean guys, come on. I've not found a single stable man go Great Dane. Like you go where they found. Go to these places. Abo Parkhead, abo Greenside,
Also,
abo
open your DMs.
Northlinky.
Hey,
Really?
open your
Where?
DM.
DMs.
The DM.
But you just said they're not on social media, so
And
now
on
what must
Tinder,
happen?
no, they do, Shane, but they have like 10
LinkedIn,
followers.
Batwadi. LinkedIn.
Hey, actually, there's a guy from
Let me
LinkedIn.
tell you.
A guy from LinkedIn who literally like started like viewing my profile like every single day. And the thing is with LinkedIn is that they tell you that you viewed someone's profile. He's been viewing it, guys,
Yeah,
since
they
Monday.
do.
Like, what do you want? At least say what you want because you
When?
keep viewing it and it's always at the same time. It's always at 1 o'clock.
When did LinkedIn become a dating site?
Oh, honey, when they
Hey,
put
let me
professional
tell you.
single men up there, that's when LinkedIn became
Yeah,
a dating
guys.
site.
So now you're looking
LinkedIn.
for
No, but
super
seriously,
on LinkedIn.
open your
Yeah,
DMs.
no, for real.
But LinkedIn already has that like preset message. So now you're going to override the hi Jonathan or hi Maloons. How you doing?
Exactly.
Now you have to be like, hey Malooms, how you doing, Malooms? I want to slide into your DMs,
And that's the
Malooms.
thing.
I want to get your rusty
And also,
bones, Malooms, on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
and also, I'm
Who's
just
the founder
saying,
of LinkedIn? Who's the
there is.
founder?
Let me tell you,
Mm-hmm.
let me tell you, there is a professional Twitter. There is a LinkedIn type of Twitter that exists. Find yourself within the streets of professional Twitter. You will be
Just tag
alright.
me there, girl.
I will tag you.
No, but for real,
I
like,
will
dude,
tag you.
there's also like on if you're on Tinder or on Bumble, like what I used to do all the time whenever like I think it was last year even like that single phase that I went through. My Tinder, I set it from 27 to about 45, and I kept it that way.
Yeah,
You keep it that way because 27, at least then we're looking at your chartered accountants because now they're done with the articles. Then you do the chartered accountants. The doctors are now admitted doctors, you know. No, we're 26, we're still on the final year because
The doctor is done with the intention.
I don't want that
The
for
lawyer
yeah.
is done with the article.
No, Kisha Kayana, yes. Rather you get the 27 because then at least they're done with their articles. Whoever's a candidate is no longer a candidate attorney is an attorney. Whoever's a candidate doctor is already a doctor. So whoever was a
Whoever started
candidate,
business is now in the good years.
you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. They're already getting apartments. They're already, getting their ish together. 27, 45. My divorcees. They
I
have my
also
heart.
when
Divorce.
I had Tinder, past tense, I also set my age in like 10-year age range, you know. Just
27 to 45.
I literally got anxiety if it went over 27.
But then you're still dating children, bro.
No. Because at the time I was on Tinder.
You're in Tinder Light.
I was on Tinder when I was 21, 22. So
I'm 22.
I set it from 23 to less like 28.
You're dating a student.
That was the max.
I aspire to be. That's the thing. If you want 23, ne, their profile gonna be aspiring.
Aspiring doctor, aspiring lawyer.
Wait for admissions.
And that's fine because at the time I was an aspiring mogul, so
no, but then you should go for a mogul. Then
let's
the
be
mogul will
aspiring
teach you
together
to be the mogul.
until we are aspired. Let's be
When you're
aspired in love.
Get experience.
No, guys. No, what I'm getting from this conversation, you guys are biased here.
We are. I don't want that whole come up story. I don't want to be part of your come up. A man's come up must be alone. I'm not gonna lie. Like I know this sounds really sensitive, né? But like a man's come up must be alone. He must go through his come up because there's certain lessons he must learn. Because there's also that part of his life where boom, he starts booming. There's money, there's gigs, there's all of these things coming in. Then he goes crazy and he thinks he gets imagine every man is gonna be into him because he's got money now. I don't want to be a part of all of that. And that's why Mr. DJ as well. That's why how he even ended up cheating. Because now his followers started going up. He went on the breakfast show now. He was no longer in the afternoon. He was now on the breakfast show. So of course more people are listening to him. And then he's got a nice voice. I'm not gonna lie. He's got a great voice now. He's interacting with Hans all the time. I'm just like, Yazine, let me divorce
myself
from this situation. But I couldn't share because he already cheated. But it's fine. I still divorced.
The only come up and Sako wants to experience is in the bedroom.
Even that one. It doesn't need to be in the bedroom to come up. That's a nice thing also about the silver foxes is that anytime is tea time for them. Don't believe the media when they say Gucci, older men take like, yay, you do a little rub. Ha! They are, rise and shine.
I'm just gonna point this out as well. With same-sex relationships, and I was like, there is something about 30+ lesbians, guys. I promise you.
No, tell me more.
If you can, like, more. I don't know, like, just Luna, the ambitions, the work, like the way they look, it's shy.
No, but this is true. This is true. There was a lady last year that I met, and she was like 32. She was a photographer. There's just something about her, man. You know, like when you're not like romantically like infatuated, but you just have that thing. She just has that thing. Like there's just that thing. The way she walked, I was just like, you.
I'll take you home tonight.
Gonna rock my world.
Yes,
those corporate ones. I'm just saying, if you're on the right Twitter streets.
No, I don't think I am. I'm on the Abo Adele's baby daddy streets and
I'm on the academic streets. I'm not seeing these.
No, I'm on the memes. Trolling Black Twitter streets. Me and be on corporate streets. But my LinkedIn as well. Is full of silver foxes, guys. And the worst part is that they want to connect with me.
Yeah.
Because my LinkedIn, like, I don't send out invites. I just think it's weird. Like, I feel like it's a bit like stalkerish. So I'd rather like have people send me silver foxes everywhere. And I have not seen a ring to this date.
I'm still shook at how LinkedIn is a dating site.
It is.
I'm very shook. I'm very shook. But there's one thing I want to read out here, and I want your honest opinion about if you had to be really committed to an age gap relationship, are you willing to do this? Accept your role as a caretaker.
Oh, yeah.
At some point, an aging spouse may need longer term health care and may no longer be able to do certain things that you both enjoy. Ask yourself whether, as the younger partner in the relationship, you're prepared to be a caretaker, give up certain activities, face the possibility of living a celibate life, and take on extra household duties. Sure, you may not hesitate to say yes now, but will that be the case in 5, 10, or 20 years' time?
Yes. That's what you sign up for. You can't sign up for only the good. You have to also sign up for the compromise. And by the way, even sexually, guys, like the one thing I discovered in my recent relationship is the fact that you don't always have to have sex. Sometimes there's sex toys for a reason. If he's tired, because I mean, obviously, like if you're gonna date an older man, as much as he can get it up, like you can't have these 5, 7, 8, 9 rounds. You probably have just one nice, amazing round, and then after that, he wants to rest because he must rest.
Do you remember Hugh Hefner?
No, Hugh, guys, let's not talk about people with sexual problems. Like honestly, like,
I don't know if Hugh had sexual problems or not, but think of like you dating a really frail Hugh Hefner.
I'm chasing the inheritance, running after.
Do you see my issue with age gap relationship?
Same.
Are you there really for the love, or are you just there for the money? Like,
money, then love. I'm not saying love is not there.
I think for me, I wouldn't mind.
Number one.
It's the money that's feeding the love.
Yeah. Money can get me the things that I love. Your money can get me the things.
Precious?
I can't relate. Okay, personally, I wouldn't mind taking care of my partner 5 years, 10 years from now. If I had to, long-term care, whatever, I wouldn't mind, because I feel like currently they're the ones who are doing more compromises for me as a younger partner in the relationship, and so it's only fair to love them unconditionally the way they did. So I don't mind, really.
I agree. But it's not that bad, guys. I mean, like, to be honest with you, like, older men actually do compromise a lot because we are going through the phases that they've already gone through. So they have to bear through that, the us grooving until late nights when they want to actually chill with us. Like certain things, like us trying to just have lazy weekends. They want to be up at like 5 a.m. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, there's compromises on both ends. But for me, I'm saying it's the compromise I want to sign up for. That's the only compromise I'm trying to get into. Not the type of compromise where now I have to chill and watch you now gain all this money, and then when now you are still chasing hands left, right, and center because you haven't gone through that phase. And then when I'm seeing Gucci, you are buying, oh, my trauma's coming out.
Okay, I want to just give life, like real life examples. So the French President Emmanuel Macron, his wife was his primary school teacher.
Yeah, so
no.
She contributed to his success. They always say teachers are the reason why we are where we are today. So he's saying, teacher, let me thank you for the rest of my days. Will you marry me?
Guys, what is your primary school teacher doing? You are cutting out shapes, gluing them, coloring in within the line, out of the line. Then you're dating, married. The first lady of France is no, it doesn't make sense.
That is weird.
It is weird.
That's too much of a gap, man. But also, like, what's too much of a gap? Like, when do we say this is just too much? This is too many years.
Who are we to say this is too much when there's love involved?
Another thing,
because Lionel Richie's Han is 32 and he's 72.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the mother is fighting there, guys. Me personally, if I was the mother, I'd be so
essentially Lionel Richie's girlfriend when she was not even born. Lionel Richie was 40.
Yes, life begins at 40. You see, his life began at 40.
No, ma'am. I'm just trying to look at like different to try and understand.
Melania and Trump. Melania's like 40. He's 70. No, but she hates him, so it's fine.
And then her intentions were, I just want to live a soft private life.
That life is not soft. It's very violent and orange.
No, before okay. Okay. I was just saying before she became first lady, she was living a very soft and private life.
Yeah,
she was. And then when she got thrown into the whole first lady situation, then it went bad. Okay, yeah, Kris Jenner and Corey Gamble, 25 years.
No, but Corey's old. Corey's like what? He's pushing 50. He's almost 50. Corey, no, for me, that's an age gap that makes sense because they're old. But like these people are in the 40s and 60s. Come on, dude. Like, that's an age gap that makes sense. It makes sense for me. George Clooney and his hand. Let's talk about that because he's like 50 and she's like 20 something. But that is the ideal situation. Ladies,
have you seen Hugh Jackman's wife?
Listen to me. That is ideal.
No ways. Guys, I think age 10 years is where I'd cut it.
10?
Yeah.
Personally, I would also cut it at 10, personally.
Yeah. 10.
I've done 15. I think I can do more.
No, ma'am.
I think I can.
No.
I think I can.
No, ma'am.
I think I can.
No.
I really think I can.
Okay, we're still giving advice to people about age gap relationships. Other than money, I think sharing expectations. So what if your daddy, your malumza, your maluma, your momsy wants to have kids and expects you to provide them with kids?
I don't mind.
I don't mind.
I give my honey a kid anytime.
Wild.
I don't mind either. You can't date, guys. You can't date someone who's older than you and then expect them not to pop the quiz. I mean, look at AKA. He recently got engaged to his 22-year-old girlfriend. He's like, what, 30, 33?
Yeah.
That's what you can't walk into it thinking I'm gonna have my first child at 30. Guess what? You're gonna have your first child in the next 2 years. Because the problems that they are getting older. When are you still getting older, but you're still young? So you need to think about that as well. For me, the very, very important advice I'd give people is be careful not to confuse dating someone older than being with someone who can manipulate you. This is very easy because older men also sometimes have this, I'm going to be your father before I'm your boyfriend.
Excuse me?
No, that really happens. It's never happened to me, but that genuinely happens. I've seen it so many times.
And why this is where the abuse.
I want you to be my
because that's how they
daddy,
exert the
not
abuse.
my daddy. Daddy. There's a Z. The Z makes the biggest difference. Daddy is a whole different situation.
The Z stands for Zar, as in South African rand, Zar.
A daddy,
That's where the Z comes from, Zar.
A daddy is something different now.
That is very true. That is very true.
They can easily manipulate like people, and I think that's like my problem with it is the fact that a lot of men, I don't know why, but do you guys watch Real Housewives of Potomac?
Yeah, Potomac. Yeah.
Was it Potomac?
Yeah, Potomac.
Potomac. There was a Real Housewives of Potomac. There was a Real Housewives of Potomac.
Isn't it Potomac?
No, they say Potomac. Ashley.
The potato.
Ashley Darby. And Michael. Do you see how much he manipulates her, bruh?
But I mean, she's in there for the money, isn't she?
So I mean, she is. She's even, apparently their prenup also is that if he breaks up with her within the 5 years of them dating, then he has to give her half of everything.
Yeah.
Personally, I would have divorced him.
And that's just another thing. If you're dating a zaddy with the czar and the dollars and the euros and pounds, I don't know what type of zaddy you're dating, the prenup situation is always going to be something that will
listen,
get you in.
Even if I'm dating my age mate, we are still signing a prenup.
Yes.
Like, that's
but you're going to be in a situation like, was it Janet Jackson?
I'm not set yet.
Janet Jackson got married to her recent or divorced her recent baby daddy.
Yeah.
And she had to wait for the term or the time to end so that she would then receive her money. Because
$500 million.
Yes, because if she divorced him before, she wouldn't have received anything.
Begezela. If you said good, if you divorce after 5 years, then I'll give you how much? $500 million. Yo, listen, I'm holding on to that marriage like this wig is holding on to my head, child.
No,
$500 million. The same way Jeff Bezos' wife waited to divorce him until he became a trillionaire. Then she divorced him. Became the richest. That woman she became the richest woman in the world because of a divorce. Lord, hear me when I cry. I'm telling you. Lord,
I see what you're doing for other kids.
Guys, I don't know. This whole situation, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Not zaddies, hey? For me personally, not zaddies.
I almost said you should try it, then I remembered you're in a very, 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 very happy relationship, so I would not recommend.
Yeah, it's only like 2-year age gap.
I'm dating my sibling. No worries, bro. No, literally, my sisters were 2 years apart.
No way.
My brother, it's a 5-year gap between me and my brother. I'm 22 and 17.
I also just think it's a matter of emotional maturity.
Because there's no such thing in men. Emotional maturity.
Okay, emotional maturity. Yes, there's no such thing. I meant to say maturity.
Yeah, after 30. 29, 30. There we can start talking.
Maturity, because I feel like maturity is relative, guys. But I feel like the way I connect with you based on how you think, how you relate to the world, how you connect is so important. And also just how you see the future for yourself. That is what's important. And I just feel like if we're within the same age range, we can be able to experience these things together. I don't want to be with a zaddy. The only way my daddy must be a zaddy is when he's sending me money. That's all I want.
Problem with my age mates.
I can't be, no.
Mentally, I'm not with my age mates. And
what if I'm in mid-club? Okay, now I'm having my random Candace moment. What if I'm in mid-club, right? Max is on top and he's like teeth fall out. Guys, I don't know.
You've watched too much Twilight. That's your problem.
No.
You've watched so much Twilight.
It's not like that though.
And you know this body, girl. This body does things, right? It's great, okay. I like it. And then like he just like mid clove just dies.
How old are these men that you're talking about? Because honestly, the most that I've had to do is literally massage him on the shoulder.
But friend, this is my thing. You know, when you get with Daddies, you need to go to their life insurance and ask them what is their risk, like what conditions, pre-existing conditions do they have? Diabetes,
you know what?
Is it heart thing? Because what if the way you conduct yourself causes someone's death?
I disagree because I could die anytime. You know, it's like you don't have to be a certain age to have certain chronic illnesses that could kill you anytime. And so I don't think it's very necessary to be like, you just go to the life insurance. Nah, you should check my life insurance. You would be worried. You know? So
when I watch TLC, okay,
that's why
I've watched
TLC.
Okay, sex is a real epidemic that is affecting couples. Okay,
sex to you to the ER can still happen with your age,
but the risk is higher when you're with a daddy.
I disagree.
They actually give you long and nice rounds. Like for me, I don't know. This is just a preference, guys. I don't like 4 or 5 rounds at a time. Like after a while, the vagina just says rest. Close your legs and sleep, please. Just one long, wholesome, full-played round. One comes, the other comes. We come together, wrap it up in South Africa, our land, and then we sleep. Me there, top tier. Not this thing of now we are energy bunnies. Go from the couch to the living room, to the living room, to the bedroom, to the bedroom, to the bathroom. Please leave me alone.
This body, guys. This body, yaddy, right? I could go to what's that place? Bras and Things. Decide, I wanna spoil my zaddy.
And that's the thing. They'll pay for that. They send you money for that.
Sure. I'll use this black card. Okay, cool. So I'm dating. They say I'm dating a zaddy. It's like a Kris Jenner situation, right? So I am 40, man's a 60 something.
Ooh,
okay,
manifest.
Whatever. Cool. Now zaddy's like, okay, cool. I'm just going out. Then I go out. I get my zaddy a nice lingerie situation. Then the bedroom situation happens. There I am showing him things, and man's heart just palpitates too much to the point that dead.
When does this happen?
I'm just saying, I've watched enough Tyler Perry movies to know that this is
not you. Not Tyler.
You just watch too much TV.
Not the woman, not him.
I'm just saying. No,
and even if, babes, by the way, this is where you're wrong, because Tyler Perry always choose an abusive man who doesn't have money, doesn't have any hustle.
Tyler Perry,
so he's not gonna choose a
Medea's brother, that old guy. Can you imagine dating him?
Why would you be dating him?
I don't know, friend. What if he one of these days becomes a billionaire?
What for? What? From where?
I don't know, friend.
From where?
Maybe his son did something for a law
case. Then date his son.
No, but his son. No, guys, listen. What I'm saying is that.
Do you understand though?
What would you be doing?
Anxiety. What I'm saying is that
of things that
I would rather date in my age range.
I'd rather die than date within my age range.
It's all about finding the right person who connects with you.
There's only one
the right people are not
22-year-old that I would date currently. One. There's only one guy. And that's because his father owns, I think, 7 mines. And he drives a Porsche. I won't say his name. Because he follows me on Instagram. I won't say his name.
Don't Google him.
One. He's the only person. He owns a private jet. Not the family. He owns his own private jet. He's the only 22-year-old I would date. The only one. Everyone else, you can go take a hike or make sure. I
wouldn't mind dating someone a year younger than me.
Kill me now.
No.
I wouldn't. Mentorship.
That's my sister. That's my little sister. Just matriculated. She got a matric results 2 days ago.
But it all depends on the maturity.
There's no maturity. A
like
man
if the
before
person,
24, guys,
like
is not
guys,
mature.
I know these lyrics
I'd
are
rather
trash.
move to Atlantic Ocean, Jane.
Age is just a number, right? And I'm not trying to be a predator or anything. I'm like removing R. Kelly from that situation of that song. But what I'm trying to say is that like it's all about the person. So you're telling me you're gonna stop yourself being in love with someone based on their
So what
age?
happens?
What if they're amazing? What if they fulfill
Question.
every checkbox that
Just
your
ask.
relationship checkbox wants to be fulfilled? What if they
Ask your
meet your
ask.
soul?
I think-
And then
I
the one
think-
thing that's stopping you is their number and
Ask-
their ID.
Ask your ask.
Listen,
No.
listen. I think
Ask
we
you
can
ask.
bring this up a lot, Nick. So I have a question. What happens when this matriculant reaches second year and has their whole phase? What must happen?
See,
What must happen?
stick out again. Stick out my happens.
I'm
When
gonna,
you're
but I'm
already, when you're already thinking the future, they're already in the wheel and everything, life insurance, and then they have the whole phase. And
when
then
I
they
said
go-
a year younger, isn't it? I'm out of post grad now, right? So a year younger for me would be a master student. Okay, right. What I'm
I
saying,
still wouldn't date him. Eh?
what I'm saying is that if there is someone who checks all the boxes within your relationship categories, you're telling me the one thing that's stopping you is the age.
Yes.
What if the person's rich? What if the person is smart, has a business, and they are just your age?
Okay, then we can date.
Oh my God.
Listen, ne? My thing is right, and this is
I'm
advice
not-
that I got from my dad because
I
at
don't
home
know.
we have
I'm just
one
not
boy.
attracted to like younger people.
Thank you. There's also one thing that my dad taught me, like,
It's not gonna work.
and also just mind you, ne? After 30, men understand that she comes first. Before that, what about him? He's basically ejaculating inside of you. He's literally wanking inside of you. So you're dating a little wanker.
No, the intimacy.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
If you're dating before 24, you're dating a wanker. No thanks. There's just too many benefits. There's too many benefits of dating older men, and for me, it just makes sense that way.
No.
My problem is that this is also advice that I got from my dad, right? He was always make sure that you date a man who's already been through the phases. Because the problem with men is that if they don't go through phases or if you don't let them go through a phase, it catches up to them. That's why even now my brother's going through a man phase ban. I mean a man ban phase. Exactly. A man ban phase where he's got a man bun now, he's plaited his hair and stuff. Go through that because if you don't let him go through that now, he's gonna be 30 with a man bun. He's gonna be 30 with a man bun. That's the thing. Men need to go through phases. You can't stop him from going through phases. That's why like I avoid dating younger men because there's certain phases I just cannot deal with. I'm sorry. I cannot deal with you getting all this female attention and you still going crazy. Bum is different. They're all the same. Bums are bums. A bum is a bum is a bum.
Another thing, and I think another reason why I would right now, like I'm happy having an older, partner in my relationship is like I said, they're ready to settle. They're done with,
Thank
all
you.
those mangas and things. So
Their mileage is long. They have a very high mileage.
their mandate is clear. Their mandate is clear.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. I'm saying this gives me anxiety because you are dating someone who has the experience of dribbling, has the experience of.
You are just lucky. You're just lucky you managed to actually get someone who is emotionally mature for his age. For me, like I feel like he is 26-year-old stuck in like a 36-year-old 27, but like he's 37 for me. Like mentally, he's already far. He's there. You're just lucky. You just lucky.
When I had a situation where I was 21 and a 28-year-old man tried to get with this body, yada 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 yada.
Yes, queen.
Okay. My anxiety was just already like, no man, it doesn't make sense. It's just the numbers are not numbering. Yeah.
You see,
he's 29.
You see the anxiety you have with older people. I have that with younger people.
Thank you. Oh wow. Wow.
It's chai.
Wow.
I can't. Like you're 20. There's an 8 year gap difference I'm just about to get into postgrad. You are almost done with your PhD.
Yes.
Two different wavelengths.
Do you know
now,
why? Because
right?
he can help you with that postgrad.
No, I don't want his help.
I do.
I don't want his help. I really don't.
Sure?
I really want it at the end.
My whole point of dating you is making my life easy.
And the thing is, also, like, I was scared. I'm always scared of the ones that commit way too quickly. And Mans was ready to like come here, stay here, find an apartment.
That's exactly what we want.
No, but it's too much. I only literally bumped into you once in the corridor.
That's exactly what we want.
Now
I want you to say, "Will you marry me on the second date?"
Yes.
It just gives me anxiety. That's my verdict. It just gives me anxiety. That's my verdict.
It gives me the same anxiety.
You know, look, I think what I'll say is that it's nice to look at Zaddies. It's nice to look at them, then maybe daydream about maybe what a soft life would look like, but then come back to reality and be like, no, I can't do it. That's me personally.
I'll still daydream.
My health insurance would be like, what's going on, sis? Why are you getting married to what's going on? What's going on?
But even then, dude, like everything is just nicer. Like this person is just settled. They don't want much from you.
Do you know a black family? What's going on?
No, but that's
So you're gonna elope?
Me? I'm not gonna elope.
What are you gonna do?
I like traditional stuff.
So?
Dating an older man. My family already knows I date older. Even my dad was like, I wouldn't be surprised if you dated someone like 20 years your age. Like my family is comfortable with it. Literally, everybody in my family is comfortable with the fact that I date older men. I date older men. They know this. They're not even surprised.
It just gives me anxiety.
Literally, if my future husband can't go golfing with my dad because they're age mates, then I failed. I say what I said. And that's on period.
The silence is very intentional to our listeners. There's nothing wrong with your internet. There's no buffering. It's just very silent because me personally,
it gives me more anxiety dating a younger man because there's certain phases that he hasn't gone through yet, and I'm not ready to sit through those phases.
And personally for me, I feel like younger people, there's just things that I have gone through or go through or deal with on a daily basis that they just wouldn't get. They just don't get.
Exactly. Imagine talking about a client goopy and how they want. In fact, this is the prime example, right? For me, when I was dating Mr. DJ, he always used to have a problem with me meeting up with men. But I'm like, dude, I'm in a male-dominated industry. I don't understand why he used to have such a big problem with it. I'm like, but I'm doing business. You can't have a problem with my business. That's what you're not going to do. Let me tell you something. If you have a problem with me meeting this man, whatever deal I'm going there, you must be able to bring the money there.
I think it's just a personal insecurity that comes with insecure men. I don't think it comes with age.
It's very much an age. No, for real, dude. It's more dominant in age. There's a lot of security that comes with dating an older man. So, there's so much security that comes with dating an older man. They're too secure with themselves. They know even if you were to leave them today, they still remain themselves. Whereas a younger man would make their life so much about you that if you even try to leave them, they'd probably threaten to commit suicide. I'm not even saying something that's foreign. This is something that actually happens. Younger men, they don't even know themselves that much yet to even,
hey, I guys. No, this
age mates.
No, this topic.
My age mates are in lecture rooms right now. Right now, first year. Never. Yo. My age mates are in first year. They're probably fighting. They're fighting with the department. Never, dog. Sorry. You can miss me with that.
I'm so dead.
You can miss me with that.
Okay, so everyone knows my viewpoints on age gap relationships. It's not happening. I don't think it ever will. Yeah, I guess maybe I'm biased because I'm already in a relationship. So
a happy one. That's the thing. It's a happy one, and it's with her age mates. So God just answered a prayer.
The age gap is 2 hours. 2 years. 2 years. So I'm happy, I'm fine. We're going through what we need to go through, and we're experiencing life the way we want to experience life, and that makes me happy, and I'm fine. There's no anxiety. Like, yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't ever have to think about, okay, but shit, he does have a heart condition. Okay. Hey.
You see what I meant when I said college students don't have an age thing. You see what I meant?
Problems are many.
You see what I meant?
Maybe I might become a Kruger when Miles gets to a certain age where the doctors tell me that, like activities that stimulate the heart too much are too much for him. So I'll leave him in his own corner, and me, I'll go and be a Kruger, and I might just hunt Ben 10s, might.
And they love cougars, eh?
And me, I'll be a mogul by then.
Nope.
So
by then, what do you mean?
I'll be the Ben 10s will they'll
right
have a
now,
life.
sis. What are you talking about by then? This hun. Not you, minister.
Okay, I don't know. I'm manifesting. I'm also not manifesting because I'm just saying that I'm happy with my 2-year age gap relationship.
Listen, the older the better. For me, most recent one
and I'm happy with my almost a decade yet.
Yeah. The older the better.
Yeah, it works.
That's just my advice. The older the better.
On that note, guys, Precious, thank you so much for joining us. We really enjoyed having you. We're gonna have you more often. I think you have so much more to share. Please do follow Precious on Instagram and Twitter. She does a lot in terms of art and books. Rumor has it that she might be doing an interesting art project this year.
Disclaimer, little disclaimer. It's they, them.
They, them. Yeah, I got you. I'm sorry. I got your pronouns wrong. I should have even asked this in the beginning. But thank you so much for being a part of our podcast. Thank you for being an avid listener and supporter. And to you, our viewers and listeners, thank you for being great people and always supporting us and always tweeting and Instagramming and doing all the things that, supporters do. We love you so much. We do have some exciting news coming next week. You don't want to miss it. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah,
you don't want to miss it. Just make sure you're listening or you're watching or you're doing something that involves seeing our faces. So from me, Candace.
From me, Nsako.
And our extra special guest,
Precious.
We are out. Bye.
Bye.